Hello there, welcome to the channel. This is This Story Ain't Over, and I'm JEN-nuh-nee, a full-time booktuber, writer, publisher, and small business owner. Today's a special day because I'm going to be working on my new online storefront for my little bookish business. A few weeks back, you may remember that I posted this video where I took you through me starting an Etsy shop, and since then I have realized that I'm getting robbed by Etsy with listing fees and transaction fees, and honestly, I was driving most of the traffic to that store, so the benefits of being on Etsy wasn't really paying off in the long run. So many of you have been so wonderful and ordered products from my Etsy shop, and I cannot express how much I appreciate you for, believing in me and supporting me right from the get-go. And now that it's been a few weeks since I launched my store, I feel like I've learned a lot already, and I want to make use of that knowledge. I don't want to say that I launched the Etsy store on a whim, but I do feel like I didn't put in all of the pre-planning or pressure that I would have usually, because I just wanted to test out how things would go and if this was even something I wanted to keep doing. But after seeing all of your orders and packing them myself, I've just felt so heartwarmed, and honestly I just want to create cozy, fun, bookish products that you guys will love. I feel like I've been approached to doing merch at different points throughout my YouTube career, and I feel like I've always sort of put it off or found some reason not to do it because I was just unsatisfied with the design process and the fact that I wasn't like super involved. And since launching my shop, I feel like I've researched so much more, and I have looked into a lot more different products and also manufacturers that I might want to use. Honestly, working with manufacturers and just putting more time and money investment into this is obviously super scary, but I feel like for where I want this business to go and for, the joy that I want to bring to people, I feel like there's so many different products that I need to pursue finding a manufacturer for and designing and, putting that time and effort into. There are some manufacturers that let you do like smaller minimum order quantities so that you don't have to spend so much. So I'm going to be looking into a lot of those. But today I'm going to take you through the different products that I kind of want to create and some new products that I've already started testing, and then the process of setting up my new online store and just designing that, and also getting your opinion on what you would like to see on the store. Today's going to be a busy day, so let's get into it. Okay, so with the amount of stuff that I have going on, I've honestly just been struggling to stay organized and also stay on top of my email. There have been multiple times in the past month alone where I've missed a really important email that was like time sensitive that I needed to like be aware of. And I've had people like follow up with me multiple times and I've just like completely missed it because like I'll look at the preview of a message and then like completely blank. And I also have a terrible habit of like kind of checking my notifications and then forgetting that I checked it and then forgetting that I meant to like go back to to them. So I've been trying to find the perfect solution to my email problem. And you guys know that I use Notion for all of my content creation planning and just life planning, and also like book tracking. I have a book tracker database that you can go grab on my Etsy store. So I'm a longtime user of Notion and I absolutely love it. And I have multiple videos of me using it. So when they reached out to sponsor a portion of this video for the release of Notion Mail, I was like, yes, thank God, because I need a better solution. Notion Mail is the first email that organizes your inbox, drafts responses, and also allows you to schedule meetings however you want them. It's super easy to set up as well. All you need to do is connect an existing Gmail account, and then you can unlock this much better inbox experience. One of my biggest gripes with email and Gmail in general is just having to like label my emails and organize them myself and spending the time to like individually do that. Whereas Notion Mail can automatically sort and label your emails for you. Much like the regular Notion and its databases, you can also personalize your inbox to create different views, filter, group, and sort things the way you need. I also personally love that it has a built-in scheduling system with Notion Calendar so that you can share your availability with someone and like give them little blocks of time. And then from there, they can choose to schedule time into your calendar. If writing emails isn't really your thing, they also have their AI to help you refine and sharpen your writing, which is really convenient. And also check your grammar, because I know I'm terrible at it and I always hate feeling like a fool after I've sent something with like terrible grammar. Notion Mail is secure and totally compliant, and there's also no training on your data, so you can rest assured there. Notion Mail is currently only compatible with Gmail, and it's available on desktop and Mac OS, and it's coming to iOS very soon. With that said, I think Notion Mail is so great. It's been a huge game changer for me and for my workflow, so I highly recommend checking it out at the link in my description. All you have to do is just connect your Gmail account, and then you can get started from there. And as you guys know, clicking those links and, signing up for these different things does help me and my channel, so I hope you can support in that way. And honestly, I don't think you want to miss out on having this much control of your inbox. Thank you so much to Notion for sponsoring this portion of the video. And now let's get back to all of my small business trials and tribulations. Okay, I wrote down my to-do list, but let's talk through some of this. So basically what I'm trying to figure out right now is how to make my brand more recognizable and also just hone in on who I am as a shop and what I want to achieve with it, and also hone in on my style and the types of products that I want to sell. When I launched the Etsy shop, I really didn't put much thought into like having a collection or overall theme for the products that I released. And I also didn't put too much thought into like sizing and sort of colors and the overall design style for the stickers. And while it's totally fine to have disparate styles and like play around with things, and while that may really work on Etsy, I feel like I wanted to have a more unified style for when I launch my own shop. So one major goal that I have is that when I launch my own store, that I have a unified sort of collection name and theme, and all of the products sort of line up to that. So my hope is that I will have more types of products, but less styles and sort of sizes amongst those, so that I can keep things contained to a collection. And the hope would be that I would either make them to order or make them to stock. And this way some designs will become more exclusive and like time limited. And then I can also spend time sort of working on the next drop after each one releases. This will give me more time and just a more unified approach, rather than just having so many products and having to hang on to a lot of inventory as well. And this way I can sort of test out what people are feeling and how these designs are going. Obviously, I also want to pinpoint some of the more like evergreen designs and things that I want to keep around at all times. But I think this method of going about things is going to really work for me and just keep me more focused. Okay, so one thing I really need to do is clean my office, because it is an absolute mess. There are materials everywhere and I honestly just need to get organized. I really think I need a bigger desk to just keep all of the crafting stuff on one place. The standing desk that I have is really small, and I originally got it to fit in my living room to go along with the kitchen island. And I think I might just have to move it back there or sell it and then just get a bigger desk for the room. With that said, let me introduce you to the cart. So I have been working on cataloging all of the stickers that I've already made, and I did have like this point at one point where I was like, oh, let me just make a bunch of stickers in advance so that I have them so that it's easier to pack orders. But I think I realized my mistake after doing that, because now I have a bunch of stickers that I may not want to sell anymore. I'm finding that I am less in love with some designs now, and I'm also realizing that the sizes that I kind of went for aren't really working the way I thought they would. For me, these mini sizes that are like only a few centimeters tall really work for me. Here's one for example. I personally really like mini stickers so that I can put a lot of stickers on the back of my Kindle or Kobo e-reader, but I'm realizing that actually most people like to do bigger stickers, and these ones are priced, the lowest, so obviously they're going to get more sales, but I do think that most people that I've seen on social media now are actually using bigger stickers. And these minis feel more apropos for like journaling. So honestly, that was a major learning for me. And I think for future designs, I'm only going to have them in sort of a medium-ish size or large size so that they feel more substantial and so that the customer feels like they're getting something more worth their money. However, all of that aside, I needed to organize the inventory that I already had. And last night I spent a lot of time just cataloging, how much I had of each sticker and sort of putting that into my store inventory. And then I also grabbed these little like organizers from Dollarama a couple weeks ago, and I finally got around to like properly organizing them and putting the stickers in and labeling them with the mini stickers. So I think it turned out really, really cute. And so that's definitely helping me stay organized. Along with the stickers that I launched, I also launched these bookmarks that have like Book Girly on the front and then a reading log on the back. I really like these, but honestly, I feel like I could do some more fun and interesting designs. These were just kind of like a basic one that I felt like could be useful. So I might still keep these around, but I'm definitely going to be working on some cuter designs that are just like adorable bookmarks. And one thing I got really hooked on was just this idea of like having a reading log, but having it in a more aesthetic version. So for people who don't want to like just have this straightforward reading log and like add their star ratings if they just want to track the books, I was like, why don't I design a book stack bookmark? I've seen similar ones around, but I decided to make mine kind of cute and fun. So this is the original design that I made on my iPad. It's double-sided, and basically in the blank spaces on the bookmark, you could write the name of the book that you just finished or maybe a book that you want to read. And honestly, I really, really love how this turned out. But after initially designing those on my iPad, I did go and vectorize the design so that I could change the colors and do different colorways. And I'm honestly so freaking obsessed with these. Look at them. They are so freaking cute. Like, oh my God. I spent a few hours yesterday just trying different colorways and printing them out and cutting them out. And I did try, a smaller size so that I could print more on one sheet. But I think I might actually go with the slightly taller size because I also want to be able to add a thing on the top so that we can have a tassel on the design. And I actually ordered the supplies for that and they should be coming today. So I'm hoping to go grab those supplies and show you how that works. But yes, here they are. They're so cute. I really love how these designs are just more like designed and more complex, and they feel like they're just more unique and something that you might be more interested in purchasing. I think when I originally started the Etsy shop, I was just kind of going for what I thought would be popular designs or just fun and easy and cute designs. But now I'm just like so hooked on the art aspect of this, and I've just been so obsessed with like drawing things and designing things, and I just really want to create products that feel me and feel like really amazing things that you would want to spend your money on. So adding extra things like a tassel to the bookmark if someone wanted it, or creating stickers that just feel a little bit more premium. I might even explore getting the stickers printed by a printer if I feel that like certain designs are really doing well. I think right now I'm going to stick to still making them handmade on my Cricut, but that could always change in the future. I'm honestly just so proud of myself for like pushing myself creatively and trying something new, and I'm just so excited to like one day see some of you like holding these designs. This morning I actually tried designing something new. I wanted to create a new thank you card insert, and I'm also trying to work on creating Kindle inserts. So Kindle inserts are basically just like these, designed pieces of paper or like cardstock that you can put on the back of your Kindle and in between the Kindle and the clear case, and it just creates this nice designed back that you can like switch in and out, and you can also use it to like stick your stickers on so that they don't move. And since a lot of my stickers sort of work for, using on your Kindle, I was like, Kindle inserts would be so perfect. The funny thing is that I don't actually own a Kindle. I own Kobo e-readers. So I would definitely make sure that I make them in multiple sizes for both Kindles and also Kobos. But back to my point, on my iPad this morning, I was like, okay, I really want to make like a library card type of situation. And so I created these. Look at them. They're so cute. Basically, I drew the whole thing on my iPad and added in text. And then I exported it with a transparent background and imported it into into Kittle where I vectorized it, and then I also added like a textured background and added some color. And I'm honestly really happy with how it turned out. I do feel like the lines are a bit thick, so I might try to redo it with thinner lines. And I also just really like the vibe of this though, so I might turn it into a bookmark as well. And I also wanted to make it into like a tote bag design. I feel like an all over print tote bag might be fun and cute. I'm a huge tote bag girl, so I definitely want to create a tote bag and also like some apparel. I feel like that's somewhere down the line and I might explore that. But yeah, I created two versions. So this is the one where you have the due date and then the borrower's name. So this is like a library card that you would find inside a book. And then I also created this library card version where it's like the borrower's card. And then you would write the titles of the books that you borrowed and the author, and then, you know, it would have the dates and all that. I really like how these turned out. They're super cute. So I was thinking like one side of my thank you inserts could be like these, and then the back side could be the thank you. Or I might just make this into a Kindle insert. I haven't decided. Or maybe my thank you inserts just become Kindle inserts. Although I printed like my own thank you inserts for all of the previous orders, for future ones, I definitely want to try creating some sort of useful piece on the one side. So whether that's a Kindle insert or like just an art piece that you can sort of hang on to. And then on the other side would be the thank you insert, just so that like you get use out of it and it doesn't go to waste. So that is my thought process. And then I also tried printing it out in the white just to see how that would look. And I also feel like this could be like a cute idea to do like a packing slip. You could put like each of the items that someone ordered on here and I would like change it, or I could change it into like a receipt design. Anyways, I'm obsessed. So yeah, I think I just want to be like more mindful about how I design the products and what kind of comes out of them. And I mentioned this before, but I want to make more products. I'm going to explore making magnetic bookmarks and acrylic bookmarks with like vinyl decals or UV DTF decals. And I'm also already looking into finding manufacturers for pop grips, phone holder grips, or Kindle grips that would use a MagSafe ring. And then I also want to try making some Kindle charms with the little like dust plug so that people can use that as well. And again, I would make sure that they would work for Kobo e-readers as well. And yeah, that's just like a sneak peek into all of the things that I want to do with this business. I feel like I just have so many ambitions and who knows what will happen with them, if they'll work out, but I'm just so excited. Like I haven't been this excited about like doing something in a while. And I feel like doing something like this, you know, being creative and, you know, working on my own terms is just the thing that I was always meant to do. Like I truly feel happy doing all this and planning all of this, and I'm just so excited for when I can share these products with you. Okay, I've been sappy enough. Let's go get all of the new materials that I ordered. Okay, I'm back from going downstairs to concierge to grab my package, and a bunch of stuff has arrived. So first up, I grabbed a shit ton of cardstock because I want to use this for the magnetic bookmarks and for the Kindle inserts. Actually, no, for the magnetic bookmarks, I think I might be using this glossy photo paper. So that is an option. And then I also grabbed these magnetic circles to make magnetic bookmarks. I also grabbed one of these roller things to like secure your sheet onto your Cricut mat. And then I was thinking about how I wanted to do more bookmarks and magnetic bookmarks and, you know, acrylic bookmarks and all of these other things. And I was like, the regular envelope might not cut it. So I grabbed about 100 rigid mailers to use for mailing. So this is what they look like, and they're self-seal. You just rip off the tab. And the hope is that I can get a custom stamp made to stamp these with my logo so that, you know, you get a sense of the branding. Or I might just create like a circle sticker with the logo and that'll go on here. I definitely need to get some packaging stuff like printed elsewhere in bulk quantities so that I have them. So that might just be a logo sticker or a logo stamp, like a custom stamp. And then, like I said earlier, I definitely want to create some thank you card inserts. So I would want to get those printed as well. So, you know, if there's a printing company that wants to sponsor a video, let me know. Okay, next I grabbed this holder thing. I have to put it together for you to understand, but basically it's a holder to hold thermal labels so that, you know, it just feeds right into your printer. So I have a little thermal printer that I bought a while ago that I'll be using for packing slips and for labels. So yeah. Oh my God, I think the thing to make the bookmark stuff got delivered in a different box. And so I think I have to go down again. Okay, folks, take two. I finally found the other items. So we have, first off, the grommet eyelet thingy. I'm going to show you. Ooh. Do I need scissors? Yeah. Ooh. I'm so chaotic. Okay, so this is the little thingy to punch the hole and also to install the little pieces of hardware. I feel like these ended up being a little bit bigger than I thought they would be, so we'll see. But maybe they'll look normal once I have the tassels on. Which, speaking of tassels, I also have those. So here they are. Let's see. I almost like bit the mic because I was like trying to hold it in place. Ooh! Look at that! They look so cute. What the hell? They're such pretty colors. Oh my god. Oh, and this is the other pack of colors. Very cute. I feel like I'll have to match things according to designs, but I just wanted to see, you know, what the variety was because they were fairly inexpensive. Oh, and then the final thing I grabbed was these little confetti things so that I can use them in some product photos, because one thing I was sort of thinking while I was sort of redesigning my shop was that I didn't really like my original product photos, and I think that was partly because I was like kind of rushing things and I didn't have the chance to properly like plan them out. So this time I want to make sure that they all feel sort of unified and the same, and so we're gonna work to do that, which now I'm realizing I need to add that to my to-do list. But with that said, let's get to crafting now. So I definitely got a 2 large size grommet eyelet thing because, yeah, as you can see, it's like a giant ass hole. So unless I'm putting like bigger ribbon, this doesn't really make sense. But otherwise, this still looks super freaking cute with the tassel. So, you know, I'm not complaining. I think it's adorable. I do think I want to fix the design a little bit so that it's a little bit more blank up here so that it looks a little bit more natural. But I did test this on a color that I didn't really like as much so that, you know, if something went wrong, it was fine. Though I think I'm going to resize all of these to be slightly bigger just to like compensate as well. But I'm really happy with like initial feelings about this. Like, it looks super cute. I am having a bunch of my friends over today, so I think I'm going to punch the eye holes into a bunch of these so that I can give them to them. Hello friends, it's the next day. So I finished the outline of the book stack yesterday and I printed it out and I tested it and it looks really cute. I really like it and I still need to find these smaller grommets to use, but I'm gonna order those and then try that out. But my Cricut kind of messed up and it didn't cut this properly, so I have to recalibrate it. But I have a very interesting development for my little small business. So last night, a bunch of my old work friends came over and we had planned to do a book club meeting like a month ago, I think. And honestly, I just had to put it off because I was so busy with the transition to full-time content creation. But we read Deep End for the book club, and so I hadn't seen all of them in a while and they came over and we all caught up and then we discussed Deep End and it was actually just such a funny situation and just hilarious overall. But before that, I showed them all my stickers and my designs and my bookmarks, and I basically used them as like a little focus group or like user testing group, and it was honestly so much fun. I wrote down so many notes on my little notepad as we were like chatting, and we just like talked for maybe, I don't know, 20 to 30 minutes, but I got so much valuable information from them, which I think was just so amazing, and it just really gave me insight into like how the customer thinks and how these products could really work work for them. And honestly, like I knew this stuff going into creating these stickers, but as I was saying to them last night, I really launched my Etsy shop with those few designs and the different colors and sizes and things as a test, because I wanted to know what worked for people and what designs were really resonating with people. And honestly, I just think I had some imposter syndrome, so I didn't want to like put too much effort into it and see it fail. And I also didn't even know if people would be interested in the designs and like how they looked. Like this was my first time ever like really sharing my art or, you know, making much use of it. So I just wanted to know if it would even like go anywhere, and it did. But yeah, back to their feedback and like what they gave me. Basically, I asked them a bunch of questions about the stickers and like the colors and the sizes and the sayings and styles and whatever, and what they liked and disliked. And it was so interesting to just like hear their opinions, because there was a lot of things that like I didn't expect. One of the things that came up a lot was that a lot of them liked the like green and blue colorways for some of the stickers, which some of them I didn't even put up for sale on Etsy because I didn't actually like them. There was particularly a green version of this book lover club ticket, and one of my friends really liked it, and I was so surprised because I hated that color, but it was actually one of her favorites. She loved it so much, and my partner also really liked it. And so I was like, oh my god, like that's just so interesting, and it just shows you how subjective things are, and I was just kind of surprised in that way. So I definitely want to work on more variation in my colorways and sort of hone in on like what colors are working for people and not just do the aesthetics that I like, because I'm personally like a pink and purple-ish girl. Green is not really my thing unless it's like plant related. And so I just found it interesting that that was like so popular. Another thing that came up was that one of my friends really wanted matte stickers, which is definitely something that's on my list. I just couldn't find matte laminating film, and I finally found somewhere that sells the Oracle matte laminating film. So I'm definitely gonna order that, but matte laminating film is a bit more expensive. So that's just a consideration also when I was first making these stickers. I just went with the more cost-effective options, but I feel like matte stickers are just so much more nicer. My friends also gave me ideas of like different themes and like sayings and things that they would like to see. A lot of them were like, you know, we want more non-coffee designs, so like matcha, tea. I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. A bunch of them also really liked some of the designs that I had not released, that I had made, that were more generic and not really bookish. One of my friends was also really into romance books, and she liked the trope books, but she wanted an enemies to lovers one. She wanted more tropes, and I definitely want to do a whole collection of trope stickers, so romance tropes, fantasy tropes, etc. So that is on the list. And then interestingly enough, they also really liked these little stamp stickers with like the flowers and the fruits and stuff. So I have a daisy one and I have a cherry one, and they really liked those, and a bunch of them said that I should do a whole collection of like flower stickers that are on the same like sort of stamp design. And then they also wanted a fruit collection. So that was cute and like interesting to me because it was such an innocuous sort of design that I kind of threw together, and I didn't put much thought into it, but I just liked how it looked, and that somehow translated to people. Like they liked just the aesthetic quality of it, and they liked that it was more generic. The friends that I invited over are all e-reader girlies, like they mostly read digitally, so it was also helpful to kind of get that perspective. They also really liked the bookmarks, and they liked the outline a lot better on them, and they liked the slightly larger size, so that was helpful. And yeah, a bunch of them expressed that they wanted like other products, so there was a lot of positive feedback on all of the like future ideas in terms of products that I had. So overall, I'm just feeling like so much more confident about the business and about everything that I'm working on. And like, mind you, a couple of my friends in this group are actual graphic designers, so it was actually also very validating to hear from them and see that they actually liked my designs and thought that they were good. So yeah, I'm just really proud of myself, and also just like feeling really good and validated, and I love it. So yeah, I'm very excited. Okay, please ignore my washing machine in the background, but it's a few days later and I made so much progress on a lot of designs, and I just got some more materials in and I wanted to show you guys what's happening. So, oh my god, I'm just in love with these designs. But starting off, here is one. Buy me books and tell me I'm pretty. Up all night reading. We have some classic bows. This is a fun one. Literally just a girl. I'm literally just a girl. This is probably one of my favorites. Just a cute little set of envelopes, and this illustration also went on my new thank you insert that I just ordered, and it's got like writing on the little paper. Obviously this is really small, so couldn't add that here, but the thank you card will have this illustration. And then of course we have our book stack bookmarks, and here they are, the finalized design. There was an issue with like some of the sort of details on one of the books in the stack in the previous version that I had. So I had to fix that. I had to like go back into Procreate and fix it. And then I got the, you know, tassels, and I got the hole puncher just now. And honestly, after looking at it and after doing this, I kind of like this without the grommet. I feel like now looking back on things on like bookmarks that I have, I honestly don't like use them so aggressively that this would rip. The design just looks really nice with the tiny hole and the tassel. And yeah, hopefully you guys agree, because I think it just looks a bit more elegant that way. Yeah. Here are some more designs that I need to cut out. Just one more chapter. And here are the final library card designs that I'm like so freaking excited for. Look at them. Oh my god. I'm just so happy with how things are turning out. I feel like, you know, the pieces of things look a little funny on their own, but once everything's together, like with the tassels, with everything, I feel like it's just really coming together. So I am so freaking hyped. I'm gonna be taking some product photos tomorrow so that I can start selling these, and then hopefully I can get everything listed and ready to sell. I should also say that I did reach out to a few manufacturers for both enamel pins, acrylic keychains, so like Kindle Charm keychains, and then I've also reached out to get some acrylic bookmarks that I can do some UV DTF decals on. Basically what I mean by that is these little like acrylic bookmarks. This has the protective film on it, so it looks cloudy, but it would actually be like absolutely clear. And I've created some designs that will like fit perfectly on here, and I've ordered them as UV DTF decals, and they should be coming sometime this week. I'm so freaking hyped. And once they're here, I will be testing them on these bookmarks, these like initial samples that I've gotten, but I've ordered more bulk. And the hope is that once, you know, I get to test that out and everything, the other side of the bookmark would be free for me to personalize for people with their names, with a word or a sentence. I haven't decided like how many characters I'm gonna let people do, but I'm hoping to do personalizations so that you can order these as like gifts for, you know, your friends and family and loved ones. So that is the vibe. I'm so excited for these. I have worked on so many bookmark designs, and now I just need to work on transferring some of these into Kindle inserts and, you know, overall art prints and other things, like repurposing some of the designs. So I just need to figure out some of that, but I'm really, really happy with where the bookmarks are at. And I'm just so excited for you guys to finally get to see these and get to purchase them and just, you know, get to hold my designs in your hands. I'm very, very excited. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think of the designs, and if you're excited for any of them, and if there's any other designs that you'd like me to do, or, you know, new stuff that you'd like me to think about creating, let me know down below in the comments. Let me know if you have, you know, any opinions on any of the designs. I do have more sticker designs. I just haven't printed out these samples yet, so I will show you those in the next inevitable small business vlog. And yeah, hopefully you'll be excited to hear about those as well. Again, thank you all so much. I could not be doing this without you, and I hope to see you in my next vlog. So please remember that this story ain't over. Bye!